Technology nowadays, watching yourself back on the telly. Yeah. Trying to explain to my son what content is and how creators make content. The CCs of life. I used to be a TikToker. Well, I'm a YouTuber. Content. Well, so with that in mind and me in the background, we are going to continue the element groupings for the month of January's readings. We're doing fire element next. So fire, Aries, Sag, and Leo, you're next. This will be your January main monthly. We'll do each sign one at a time. We're starting with Sagittarius. This will tend to Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, and yes, that's it. Okay, Sagittarius, we are going to start with your January 2023 main monthly. We're going to get an overall energy and underlying energy for the month, as well as a little bit of a rough look at it week by week in its fluency. Remember, timing is fluent, so take that with it. We are going to use the universal weight today. So I've had brand new before I even did tarot. It's been passed down to me, so let's find out what's coming for sign Sag. Let's find out the theme for the month of January 20. I'm going to take two cards. I'm not going to argue with them. Okay. Now let's look at it week by week for January. First week. What's coming for the first week for Sagittarius? First week of January. Second week of January. What's coming for... Okay. Whoa, that's amazing. Third week of January now for Sag. Wow, okay. That's sort of third and fourth week coming in there. Clarify the Justice card. Why is the Justice? Yes, we can. And the Tower, clarify that Tower. Sun reverse, clarify that Sun reverse. Oops. Sun reverse. And Wise will do the other as well. Four of Cups reverse. Wise is Four of Cups reverse. Clarify that. I did it all a little bit backwards and forwards, but that's okay. So we got there in the end. Alright. Fours. So let's get through this January 2023 reading. So I pulled those cards for you, but I didn't get a chance to explain them, and a little bit of time's gone by, as you can tell by the waning sun in the background. So the theme. We normally get one card, we got two, but that's okay. The theme for the whole month, the flavour of January 2023 for the Sagittarius sign, is King of Cups with the Chariot inverted. You know, this is an individual that's very competent and has a real artistry about them, a real mannerism. They're very professional, capable, willing, and able to bring in what needs to be done. They're very invested, but you never really know what their feelings or emotions are towards the task, job, people, because they keep it all hidden. The Chariot reverse is that of lacking in adversity here, or lacking in forward movement. There is a real sense of cancellation of plans, things are falling through the fingers like sands of time, and these are things that were real shoe-ins or things that were locked in. Real opportunities going, not just begging, but disappearing in the blink of an eye. It's like, I hate to use this as an example, but you know the Johnny Depp and that woman saga? And you know how Johnny Depp was the biggest thing in Disney World until that allegation was made public. His job's dried up quicker than a billabong that had never seen water. That's what I'm talking about with the Chariot reverse. Things just miraging out faster than anything else. And this is having some real emotion towards this, but not really showing it. The underlying energy, the whole underlying current for the whole month is the Four of Swords reverse. You will move forward in a cautionary advancement. You will be very guarded during this time, and your mental facilities are going to be a wide and a twitching, really trying to disconcern what's really going on between the fluff and the talk of the mast and bullshit in general. Sagittarius. So I went through and clarified all the cards in the end. Let's go through it. So roughly the first week, this is pretty free flow, but sort of break it down a little bit to make it a bit easier. The first week we looked at the Sun reverse, we've then clarified the Two of Swords. First week, coming straight off the bat, January 2023, is going to be a bit of a realization that we're not very happy and we're not really feeling very fulfilled, or we're just not finding the joy in the simplistic things or in anything really right now. It's all very cumbersome, it's all very forced, and it's all very tedious. And we're not really loving it. We're not really loving it. With the Two of Swords behind that, there is a real sense of a decision needing to be made, a choice needing to be really brokered here and really stuck by. There is a bit of consensus of really need to use some force here, really need to make the decision and really make it defiant. I feel like you really are struggling and a bit on the fence with it. There's pros and cons in both sides, but neither is really making you want to sell it. Second week or there about Sag, Four of Cups reverse, Nine of Wands. So another 4 here. And we've got quite a few 4s here. And we know 4s at that of trying to bring in stability or a security, a structure, a foundation. And this 4 of Cups reverse is that of meh, but having options, but not really wanting to invest in anything. We're very wary, maybe a bit tired. There's a lot of invitation to the new, but we're really not even interested. We're respiting in between obstacles at the moment. I feel like 2022 really took it out hard and long, and you really are pitching up your tent and sort of having a bit of a rest, because you know there will be another battle royale at some point, because it's inevitable. But we really just want to enjoy the peace, the quiet, and the not needing to barter or debate right now or argue. Third week or thereabouts, Libra's major coming through with the Justice card, and that was clarified by, again, the 4, again, but this time of Pentacles reverse. So another 4. There's a bit of a consensus here of, I want the right thing, but I got the just thing. Not one and the same. The right thing is what you feel is the right thing, and the just thing is what the law decides is actually the unbiased thing. And that's what's going to happen. In the third week, a decision will be made, and it won't be of your choice or of your doing. It'll be a third party that comes in and waves the gavel and makes this decision, and everyone's just going to have to live by it. But I'm seeing that there may be some monetary advancement here, or you may be gifted a gift of monetary or some sort of security, but you're not going to be too keen to keep it. You're going to want to piss it away out of the hand the moment it touches, before the ink's even dry on the contract, because you don't want to borrow it, and you definitely don't want any lasting reminders. You want it closed, you want it done, and you want it forgotten for good. That's what I'm hearing, for good. Fourth and final week, coming into the end of it now, wrapping up that January 2023, Sag. The Tower, this was clarified by the Knight of Swords reverse. In the fourth week, whether we want it to or not, things are going to be coming down. We will lose some security. We will lose some of our structure. In fact, we'll probably lose all of our structure. But it will bring in a way of new, where we can still free flow. And we can start anew. With that Knight of Swords reverse, there is a real incapacity here to have any sort of movement, calculations, or ideas or thoughts towards this. But you will deal with it when it comes to you. But until that point, you cannot put any movement to it. You cannot put any fruition to it. It's like, if it comes, I'll deal with it. But if it don't, well, then I get to sidestep it. Be prepared. Tower moments can be god-awfully crumbling of the soul. And they can really shift a lot of things. Not just your perspective and perception, but to hold the fucking world onto another solar system. Additional for Sag, January. Yeah. Eight of Pentacles reverse. Lacking in skill, not wanting to put any skill or any fruition to it. Anything pulling back your energy from anything that is to do with Pentacle, monetary, career. Something's really made you sour, and you're a bit pissed. Okay, Sagittarius, I've got the titanium fortune cards because I wanted to get some additionals for you for January, because I know you had a really hard 2022 year, and I was hoping for January would give you some more enlightened message. We didn't really get that. We got more of that darkness, and let's try and shine some light with the titanium fortune cards. Oh, the child. The children is a big theme here. Your children, thinking about children, maybe your nieces and nephews. Don't have to be adolescent children. The moon, an invitation. Something is happening and it's of great importance. The crane is news, maybe baby, and the star is happiness and fulfillment. It's all about love. The whole underlying current is love. The heart, the beating heart by which it's all joined to. January, you got a lot going on. Something in regards to children, whether you want to be near your children or there's some sort of fixture, or maybe this is even a throwback from when you were a child, but there's some sort of invitation, proposal, or get-together or gathering, and it's to do with children. So this could be an anniversary, it could be about the child, it could be blah, 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 blah. But it's very important. This is a once-in-a-lifetime digs, dinner, dance, whatever. The crane. That which was not known, or that by which needs to be stirred up and information swelled. The crane is going to do that. A lot is going to come of this festivity. A lot of information is going to be poured out, and a lot of shit will be stirred up and dealt with and settled. I really feel that this invitation is about children and babies especially. Some of you, it might be even a gender reveal. The star, hope, faith, wishes, all being granted. Feeling very lucky at this point in time. Well, not so lucky. Feeling very gracious and grateful and very, like life's very rich. There's a lot of things to be thankful for, put it that way. But children is a big fixture for January 2023 for you. Massive fixture. There is much to be said about children, or something to do with childhood years or childhood, or someone being born, someone's birthday, someone's somethings. Okay, Sagittarius. There's from the Wiccan for your additional messages for the month. We had Letha, which is all about intensification, so really intensifying our need, our wants, our desires. Watchtower of the North, which is all about the winter season. Very wintry, them cards, aren't they? And the Wiccan Reed, which of course is all about the Wiccan law that ye must. And, put out, give back to thee. Never worry about that rule of 3. So equality and giving and receiving, what our dues are. The winter month is a real sense of intensification, and the fact that winter is leaving and you're going into the warmest summer. Or if you're where I am, coming out of summer into the cooler winter months. And there's time to watch the seasons and the attitudes change with that. Be mindful with your money, honey. Are you spending above your means, avoiding the reality of your bank account, shopping to numb any negative feelings or pain? It may be time to clean up your relationship with money. Let go of the fear and shame around your finances and take responsibility for your future today. Any unwise decisions you've made in the past are behind you. Seek guidance where needed and keep the big picture of your financial well-being in mind. Remember, money saved is money earned. And unplug. Recharge your soul batteries by unplugging from the digital world. Connect with yourself by disconnecting from distractions such as other people's to-do lists. Take a stroll. The best way to generate fresh and innovative ideas is to be balanced the virtual and natural worlds. The birds and the bees have just as much to teach you as the internet. Mindful of your money and unplug and get back to nature and get back to grounded energy. Final, from the Wiccan Oracle, we had the celestial body of Pluto for the message for the month for you. Pluto is named after the Roman god of the underworld, and despite being reclassified as a dwarf planet, its influence is strong. Pluto represents death and destruction like its namesake. However, it is also linked to rebirth, regeneration, transformation, and renewal. Pluto is associated with secrets and deeply burdened things, both literal and metaphorical, intensity, passion, and power. By drawing this card, you're invited to use the energies of Pluto when practicing magic for pressing and difficult decisions, for coming to terms with the past, for moving forward with a more positive attitude, and for the lifting of karmic restrictions. Is that what we're trying to break free from, Sagittarius? Oh, no. Karmic deed and obligation. That is no easy feat, my darlings. But if that is true, I wish you all the very best of luck. Hit me up if that's the case. Next sign in line to dance the jewel of delectable, devilish, demonic dance. Leo, your turn is next. How are you going? We are going to continue with the next sign in line of the elemental variety. We're up to the sign of Leo. So let's look at Leo's January 2022. Sorry guys, I am in the temp spot. Let's see if we can get a little bit. That makes no difference. That's okay. It's the next day. It's the day after the fact. I've just called my ass out of bed. It is a late hour of the afternoon and we are now going to hit Leo. So let's find out a theme for Leo's month of January 2022. Leave a like, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. Going all live readings in February. All readings will be going live in February's month. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell to all so you know when all this good shit's happening. If you aren't subscribed and you haven't hit that bell button to all, you will not know and you won't be able to be a part of the beautiful festivities that I have planned in the coming weeks. So now let's hit Leo, that theme that I'm after. Yeah, that's the one. All right, let's look at the weeks roughly for January. 4 cards, please, 4 weeks. You came out in your first week inverted, though, Leo. Wow, 3 out of 4 are majors. Oh, bottom underlying energy is a major as well. All right, Leo. Wow, what a month. The theme for the month that you'll be dealing with, or your main theme, is the Queen of Pentacles. So Leo, for the month of January, it's all about bank, and hard. It's all about the home as well, but most of all, it's all about the growth. We want to see all of that monetary, that equity. We want it to mature. We want money, equity equals maturity. We want it to mature. We want it to develop. We want it to grow. We want it to be replenished, and we want it to be fruitful. Flourishing is the word for the month I would use for Leo. We want it to flourish. If it's not flourishing, we need to cut, trim it, and disembowel it. There is no time for anything less than or other than. We need growth. The underlying current for the whole month of January for you will be the Tower. It's all coming down quicker than a bake sale. A lot of the things that you were banking on your security being, the things that were your structure, the things that were the A-frame, I guess you could say, of your life are coming down. Scorpio's major here. The whole underlying current is change, whether you want it or not. The first week, Leo, coming into January. It's you, inverted. Strength card is the major arcana for Leo. The first week of January, we're feeling pretty flat, we're feeling pretty thin, and we're feeling pretty worn out, I want to say, Leo. We're lacking in the strength, courage, the tenacity to really pull anything off. We're sort of sitting in the corner licking wounds and trying to replenish. There is a sense of exhaustion here with this, I feel. But in the second week, you're sort of replenishing yourself now to really get in the fight, I guess you could say. Because week 2, roughly thereabout, we've got Libra's major arcana now with the justice coming through. We want the right thing, we're going to get the just thing. We are going to get outcomes here that are truly impartial, unbiased, and are fair. Whether you feel they're fair or not is another story, but they will be fair in the eyes of division. Things will be divided up equally, things will be settled. If there's any ongoing legal things that you've been looking at or things that need signing and really completing that process, I feel like these will be closing out in the second week of January. In the third week of January, we're really opening ourselves up. The High Priestess. We're opening ourselves up to the whole other side of things. We're also keeping some secrets back. I feel like there is knowledge here that you know that you aren't sharing. There is a bit of foresight with this card that you do know what's coming. I feel like this is in direct line from that second week of the Justice card. that things are solved now. You have the knowledge, the secrets here of what this is really about, and you're moving forward with that being your enlightened stance. You're not sharing or divulging this information necessarily. You're actually keeping it quite under wraps, but you know where shit's at, even if everyone else doesn't. Fourth and final week as we come through January and see it through is the King of Cups. So we are being very devoted, very warm, and very invested in things around us, in our emotions, in other people's our connections, things of that nature. Being very devoted, giving our time, giving our effort, but we are keeping our true intentions sealed. We're not letting other people know what our true agenda is or what our true reason for doing what we're doing is. It's all very under wraps, very hush-hush. It's all very secretive. Anything else we can give Leo for the January month? What else is going for Leo in the January month? Let's have a look. Okay, 7 Wands reverse. So during this time period, I feel like at times you will be feeling a bit deflated, feeling like you're not getting the gains here, feeling like you're not really making way or ground, but I feel that you actually are with that 10 of Cups at the bottom there. Everything's leading to a 10 here of really rounding it out, completing these cycles, getting everything done, getting everything dusted, getting it all put where it needs to be, getting it all the ducks in the row. I'm hearing, lining the ducks up in the road, because things are changing. Things are things that were brittle will bend and break, but will make way for things that can come through, that can be bonded better than brilliant, that will really seal it. Massive change brings massive opportunity. What's gone is dust, but what's coming is new, is flourishing, is fluent. Right, Leo, I've just moved over here because this is where all the additional cards are, and we'll get the additionals now for your January month. So we love that. All right, what we got for Leo for January 2023, please? Additional for Leo. Additionals for Leo, please. The month of January 2023. Additional messages for the sign of Leo. Leo, please. 2023 January. No more wants to come from there. Let's have a look at this one for January 2023 for Leo. They wanted to talk. They wanted to talk real good. They wanted to talk a lot. January 2023 for Leo. Thank you. Fire. You are a fire sign. I love that. The element of fire has greeted you. Fire is related to motivation, creativity, and passion. Its energy is fast, forceful, and positive, and its power can be frightening. Fire consumes obstacles to faith and banishes negativity. It symbolizes the inner child, the spirit within, and the creative spark. Those in whom it is dominant are passionate and intense. Remember that fire is the element of passion and gives courage and strength to fight for quality of life. It is the element of physical challenge, sensation, and sexual energy. When fire is out of balance, it becomes destructive and needs boundaries and control. And that's what you are, my darlings. You are the fire. You are burning it out, all that negativity and all that bullshit, and you are bringing in fruition and bringing in the good shit. We have fire, passion as well, come from the other Wiccan oracle. I can't make this shit up, people. 2 fire elements coming through thick and fast. And we have the Wiccan read of ethos, which is all about our creed. I have this actually hanging up in my bread. In perfect love and perfect trust. You know, do ye as we will to others. Reap what you sow. We have decide. It's time to make a decision. Being on the fence drains your energy. No matter what you choose, it will be the exact right thing for your spiritual path. Channel your energy. Be decisive. Learn, grow, and decide. And it's time to stop procrastinating, Leo. Now is the time. Your current obligations and responsibilities can no longer be put off. Chop, chop. It's time to buckle down and do the work. The resolution and abundance you seek requires action. Ignore any naysay voices. Believe in yourself. You can do this. Procrastination often comes from the fear that you can't. You'll be so relieved and proud with this when this is behind you. And that's what I feel. You're making the movement now to get the results. To stop the procrastination. That first week was your procrastination, I feel, with the strength in reverse. It was your time to just gather your thoughts, gather your stance. but now it's time to drive it home. Thicker than fury, faster than fire, and more fluent than fluid. I wish you all the very best, Leo, for the January month of 2023. Leave a like if you'd be so kind, comment if you would like to, but definitely subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell to all so you'll know when I go live next month. Till then, light and love to all from me, Redski. Ciao, darlings. Bye. Hey all, we are going to continue with the third and final fire sign to be read for the January month. We are, of course, up to our Aries game. So my beautiful Aries, this will take messages for the month of January 2023. It will be for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Mercury placements, okay? So let's get the cards warmed up a little bit. Aries, what's coming for the month of January for Aries. Alright, so firstly we're going to get an overall theme for Aries that you'll be facing throughout the month of January. So what's the theme that Aries will be dealing with in January 2023, please, spirits and guides? That's the one. Oh, it's a good one. Now let's have a look. Alright, and then we'll just travel through. 4 cards for roughly 4 weeks. But, you know, if time is fluent, guys, keep that in mind. Oh, 2 9s at the bottom of the deck. 9 of Pentacles and the 9 of Cups is the underlying energy for the whole month for Aries. This is a little interesting. The theme for the month for Aries is the star. It's Aquarius's major. And I find that very, very interesting because we must remember that in February is Aquarius season at the end of January through to the end of February. So this is really something. I feel like this theme is really pointing to Aquarius season being very prominent for the Aries. I feel like when we hit that end of January and Aquarius season comes into full fruition, this is when things are going to really happen for you. This is when things are going to be activated or things are going to come into fruition. The underlying current, as I said, for the whole month, the underlying is that 9 of Pentacles and 9 of Cups. These are 2 beautiful 9s here. 9s are all that of self, off your own back, getting it done. And with the 9 of Pentacles, it's all about the security, the home, the monetary. It's very fluent, it's very rich, and it's very, very much of your own. The 9 of Cups is that of success and real advancement off your own back, getting things done, being vested in self, maybe even doing some personal care, really devoting a lot of time and effort into your own personal whether it's appearance or your own personal health, or things of that nature. Let's break down the month now a little. So the first week, roughly thereabout, we're looking at the 5 of Cups reverse. So we start off January, Aries, with a little bit of sadness or a little bit of grief. A little bit of displeasure, I would call it, actually. Now, we're trying to have a hopeful outlook with the reversal meaning of this card. We're trying to bring forward a positive outlook, you know, glass half full mentality, and trying to bring in some good result due to that mental frame. In the second week or thereabouts, we're looking at the 2 of Swords reverse now for Aries. Now, this is realizing that there have been some mistakes, some losses, and some taking a bit of accountability, I want to say, for things that didn't work out quite well or quite right, and really copping it on the chin, I want to say. Third week's another 2 inverted. It is the 2 of Wands now. It's coming from that 2 of Swords with the realizing of the mistakes, realizing that there is some loss here. In the third week, we are coming into the state of what we wanted isn't what we've got. The realization of the idea of it and the creation of it and the reality of it are not one in the same. And really having some real qualms about that fact. Fourth and final week, as we see out January 2023, we have the Knight of Wands. So this is a real journey, maybe a change of residency. I feel like you guys are going to be changing a lot of yourself. But during this time, there's going to be some real movement, a real journey, maybe a change of residency, or being put into another position where you're in your career sector that is a spot that you're not normally based. There's going to be some change up of the actual base of what you're doing. And this is all moving through in a very fine art of getting you to where you need to be. You may be at a 9 now, but the ultimate theme is that the star. Is that of hope, faith, renewed, wishes being fulfilled, really being divinely guided to a place where you're meant to be. Let's get some more additionals for the Aries for January 2023, please. What additionals do we have for Aries for January 2023? January 2023. Yeah. 8 of Wands reverse. So there may be times when we're cutting off connection with certain individuals, when connection is not very fluid or a bit misunderstood. I feel like you're actively blocking away from some people that don't share your ideals anymore, they don't share your opinions anymore, or just because you're just not resonating on the same wavelength anymore. You're at a 9. You want that 10, and the star is what's going to guide you into that light. From darkness, light can easily be seen, and Aries are using that as a homing beacon like no other, and are really going full force with fury and fluency into the star's energy of light. Let's get the additionals now. All right, Aries, we just relocated for a quick second to get the additionals. So let's get them now for Aries for January 2023. The additional messages for Aries, please. For Aries for January 2023. Well, yep, there we go. For Aries for January 2023, please. For Aries for January 2023. Additional messages, please, for the month. Aries, yep. There we go. One more deck here for Aries for January 2023, please. Thank you. Now, if that's the card I think it is, that has been running hot. Wow, we've got lots here. We've had a whole bunch flip, but I'm going to take them all because I can't be bothered arguing the point today. Because to be honest, I'm having a flat day. So we've got a lot here. So first we've got Yule, which is all about rebirth. So we are rebirthing into a new state here of energy, of life, of love. Watchtower of the North, the winter month, which of course in the northern counterparts you're coming out of your winter season. Bellatane, which is all about fertility, being very fertile, with fertile ground here. The altar, which is all about dedication, so we are dedicating ourselves to a cause here. Scrying, shadow work, and I feel like that's what you're coming out from, the shadow. And wand intention. So we've got rebirth, winter, fertility, dedication, shadow, and intention. We're rebirthing ourselves through this winter month, we have been. And there's a lot of fertility here. We see a lot of richness here. And we're dedicating ourselves to the cause to get rid of the shadow and to bring in the true intentions that we want, that we desire, and that we so wish our life to be. We really are pulling it in hard. Pulling it in with real intention, with real honesty. We're not negating anything here. We're taking the responsibility and we're doing the work. I love it, Aries. From the Wiccan, you got the season of summer as your card, which reads, as the sun's power increases, the season ripens, and almost imperceptibly spring becomes summer. The time of nature's bounty and the abundance, summer is the season of relaxed and easy living, a gift to be enjoyed. It is ideal for rituals involving creativity, fertility, expansion, and growth, which is funny that, isn't it? Summer is associated with creativity, but this does not necessarily need to equate to artistic ability. Instead, visualize the spirit of creation that flows through every one of us. This is the quintessential energy that we put into everything that we do. So that's your season of summer. Lovely. The additionals, unplugged. Recharge your soul batteries by unplugging from the digital world. Connect with yourself by disconnecting from distractions such as other people, to-do lists. Take a stroll. The best way to generate fresh and innovative ideas is to balance the virtual and natural worlds. The birds in the trees have just as much to teach you as the internet. Trust your intuition. It's time to stop seeking advice from others and to go inside. Instead, you know what's best for your body, mind, and spirit. Sit in meditation, walk in the woods, ask yourself what you need, and listen. Tune into your inner guidance. When you get a gut reaction, honor it. You have the answer, and it's safe to trust yourself. Everything you need is already inside of you. Sorry about that, having to extend my voice a little bit there. Thank God. 2 decades of singing and expansion of voice has just come into full fruition then and become quite useful. I feel a little worn out now. I need a drink of tea and honey. Thank you, fire signs, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that big red bingy bongy down there, and hit the notification bell to all, because in February we're doing all live readings. Everything's live. You won't know unless you're subscribed and hit that notification bell button, then you get the notification, because no one knows nothing till then. I'm out. Love you. Love me back. Hit a like. Till next time, fire signs. I will see you on the next round with me, Redsky. Righteous readings. Raw, righteous, real bitches.